Okay. Okay. So the first problem, consumption is equal to 200 YT, interest is 200. So G equal to T are both 100. Okay. So question 1 is plot the IS curve for R equal to 0 to 8. Okay. So you can all see this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So now tell me how to solve this. So you have to find out 9 values. Let's not find it for all 9 values, just for R equal to 0. Let us say 4 and 8. Okay. Let's simplify this.
So we'll equate y equal to c plus I plus g.
You'll equate y equal to then over here, what will be right?
Y minus 100.
And then,
So we'll more or less like we'll simplify the equation
yeah.
and then
So simplify and tell me
for
what the
every
equation
value
is.
of r. Yes, sir. 1 second. I'm just
Yeah.
doing.
So
5
425.
minus 25
minus
r.
25 are by 0.25.
Yes.
Wait. কি লিখবো?
Y is equal to 425 minus 25R whole divided by 0.25.
Okay. So if you put R equal to 0, what is Y?
So 425 by 0.25, which is,
Sir, 1700.
yes, sir.
1700.
The next is 1300 for 4.
So 900.
900.
Okay. So as R is increasing, Y is falling. We get a negative relation. So hopefully this is linear. So Let me extend this. So RD is equal to 0. This will be how much? 1700. R equal to 4.
1300.
And this is 900. Okay. Okay. Then the second question is that, I mean, we're still continuing with this question. So this is the money demand function. So can you tell me what is the value of k?
One.
So 1.
Yeah. So ms is equal to 1000. Price is 2. Okay. Now we have to plot the LM curve. Let us say for the same values, all these values. So that means,
So it will be like 1000 by 2 equal to y minus 100.
huh,
Therefore, y equal to 500 plus 100R. So
how much?
y1 is 500. Next is 900. So then is 1300.
So this is 1300. It is, we are getting this point. R equal to 0 is something like over here. And 4 is 900. R is equal to 4 is 900. So it will be this point. So we have got a not very well drawn, but I think you can get the idea. And this will be the equilibrium. So how to get the equilibrium value? See over here, we have got this equation.
So we'll equate the two and solve
Yeah,
simultaneously.
yeah, but you should use Kramer's rule for this. So if you're using Kramer's rule, you have to bring, this will be 0.25y plus this is y minus 100r equal to 500. Okay, so what is y star?
So it's 1100.
Okay, but if you just use the Kramer's rule, it will be okay. And what is R star?
So
In case of R
6%.
star, it will be 0.25, 1, 500, 0.25. So this will be 125 minus 425. This is
Sir, it's 6.
So it's 6, the answer.
So 6.
okay. So we have Y star, R star. Okay, then okay. So suppose G increases from 1000 to 1200.
So 1000 or 100? Like it increasing from 100 to 1200.
Uh, no, sorry, it's my mistake. 100 to, sorry, 150. So two questions. What will be the new ice curve? And you have to plot it, but there's no need to plot it. Just find out the equation and what is the new equilibrium interest rate. But before that, can you tell me what will happen to Y and R? Will they increase, decrease?
Increase.
Parallel
Both
shift.
will increase.
Yes, sir.
Y will go up, R will go up, and what other effect do we have?
Ice
We have
will
the
shift.
Crowding out.
crowding out effect. Okay. So let's find out the actual value of Y and R. So the LM curve will not be affected. This is the curve that will be affected. So Y is simply 200.7 R. Wait a minute. I think there's a mistake over here. I forgot.
So you
Yeah.
have not written the investment part.
Yes.
It will be 475 minus 25 R.
Okay. So what is the equation? I mean, if we write it in the Cramer's rule form,
0.25y plus 25r is equal to 475.
and LM is Y minus 100R equal to 500. So what is Y star?
So 1200. And so R star is 7%.
Is 7. So we can see that it has gone up by 100. Interest rate has gone up by 1%. Okay. Suppose money supply is now 1200. So the IS curve is 475. This is the new IS curve. But money supply has gone up by 1200. So that means you have okay. So what is Y and R?
Sir, is Y star 1250?
What are the others getting?
Yes, sir, it's the same.
Same, same.
1250. Yeah. And what is interest rate?
So 6.5.
If money supply goes up, rate of interest should come down. It's
Yes, sir.
from
6.
7, it's coming down, income is going up. So at least it's matching. Okay. Now, next is price is 4, and you have to use these models, these equations.
Sir, M 1200 করবো।
এটা কত হচ্ছে? 300 হয়ে যাচ্ছে। Here, কত y? So instead of 1000 by 2, it is 1000 by 4. So 1000 by 4 is 250. তাহলে y4 কত হচ্ছে?
So is it 7.25? Sorry, R is 7.25.
Yeah, I'll have to check. So it is কত? না, এটা কি ঠিক আছে? I think it's wrong. 250 into 25. So it will
Sir,
be
is Y
6.
975?
Yes, sir, 970.
Yes, sir, 975.
Yes, sir. 975.
Okay. And what happens to R?
So 7.25.
Yes, sir, 7.
Okay, so what can be the mechanism for this? we see that Y is falling and R is increasing. So, right? Now what happens? See, the IS curve will not be affected. There's no Y over here. So it's the money demand which is going to be affected. So if the price level goes up, then
It falls. L by P.
LM curve upward shift হয়ে যাবে।
so at the same point, if we have the same rate of interest, if we are over here, what do we have? Is it excess supply or excess demand in the money market?
It's a supply.
Excess supply.
Excess demand.
কারণ
মানে স্যার কোন এলএম কার্ভটার রেসপেক্টে?
এই LM1, if we are everything is same and if the price level goes up, then yes, no, sorry, wait a moment. We have to look at it a bit carefully. See, here the problem is that both R and Y remains over here, okay? But the curve has shifted to L2, M2. So that means we are at here while the market is over here. So this zone. এইখানটা কি হবে? Excess demand or excess supply?
স্যার তাহলে তো এখানে আইস কার্ভ ইকুইলিব্রিয়ামে নেই আমরা।
হুম?
ওই জোনটাই তো তাহলে আমরা আইস কার্ভ ইকুইলিব্রিয়ামে নেই।
না, আমরা তো এইখানটা আছি, ঠিক আছে?
আচ্ছা, ওই ওটা বলছি।
হ্যাঁ, because neither R nor Y has changed. ঠিক আছে? So we are at this position. The problem is that the LM curve has shifted to over here. So we are lying below the LM curve.
যেটা এক্সেস ডিমান্ড।
আচ্ছা, so if we have excess demand for money, আচ্ছা তাহলে এখানে কি হবে? Rate of interest এর
It will rise.
Will rise. Yes.
no, but what is the mechanism? If you have excess demand for money, then
So people will sell off their bonds for money, for extra money. So
yeah, so
and
there's a
excess supply in bond market. Yes, excess supply
sale of
of
bonds.
bonds. Yes.
excess supply in bonds,
Price
the
of
Bond
price
prices will fall.
fall
sorry
Rise.
will fall and R will
Rate of interest will rise.
Yes.
rise. So that means we are going to move up like this. 800 jab. So we are at the equilibrium in the bond market. But now we have excess supply in the commodity market. We are above the IS curve. So if you have excess supply, we are going to reduce investment, and this is going to lead to, and R is also going up, so investment is going to come down, and income will fall. So there's a tendency like this and like this. So we have it's not really a crowding out effect, but what happens is private investment is declining. In crowding out, government increases and substitutes for uh, private investment. Here, private investment declines by itself. There is no change in government demand. Okay, the last part over here is, this is from Mankey, by the way. Uh, Derive and graph an equation for the aggregate demand curve. And then you have to derive how the aggregate demand changes when the monetary fiscal policy changes. So this part I've not covered, and I'll just, so we need not address this at this moment. Okay. Okay. Now this is not a problem, but this is an interesting question. Investment does not depend upon rate of interest. Uh, In this situation, the IS curve is vertical. Sorry, just hold on for a minute, please. Yeah. So shall we do this using the four quadrant diagram? Okay. So let's quickly label everything. This is I, this is Y. Let's ignore the garment sector. Okay, so this will be the IS curve. Sorry, this will be the investment curve. Whatever the level of, whatever the rate of interest, investment is always constant. So investment is autonomous, just like the simple Keynesian case. And over here, we have the 45-degree line, and this is the saving. Okay, so if we quickly take 2 points, right, it comes like this. So this is 1 point, and the second point is, again, it will come like this. If we take a different rate of interest, it's going to come like this, like this, like this. So the IS curve is vertical. Okay, so whatever the rate of interest, the commodity market will always be at equilibrium at the same Y. Okay, it's only if, I mean, the only impact of a change in any of the parameters is that Y star will shift. So the IS curve will either shift like this or it will shift like this. Okay. Now tell me, if money demand does not depend upon income, what will be the LM curve? So please draw this, and I'll stop presenting and you can show it.
স্যার ওরকম কাইনেসিয়ান কেসের মতো হবে না হরিজন্টাল এরর কার্ভ?
দেখি কি করে করেছো। Share your screen, please.
আর আমার ওই পুরোনো ড্রয়িংটাই আছে ওরকমই তো এক মিনিট।
কিন্তু ওটা তো তোমার এলএম কার্ভের, এখন এলএম কার্ভের জন্য, তখন তো আইএস কার্ভ ছিল।
স্যার ওই ফোর্থ কোয়াড্রেন্টে কি হরাইজন্টাল হবে?
হ্যাঁ, দেখি কিভাবে এঁকেছো। শেয়ার ইউর স্ক্রিন প্লিজ।
স্যার আসছে স্ক্রিনটা?
হুম, হ্যাঁ, কি, ছেড়ে দাও ছেড়ে দাও। ওকে, আই হোপ এভরিওয়ান ক্যান সি ইট। সো ওভার হিয়ার তুমি একটা ভার্টিক্যাল, আচ্ছা এটা কেন করেছো তোমার?
স্যার মানি
এটা
ডিমান্ড
হচ্ছে
যেহেতু
ডাজ নট ডিপেন্ড
জিরো।
আপন ইনকাম।
হ্যাঁ,
তোমার এখানে কি হচ্ছে, তার মানে ট্রানজাকশন ডিমান্ড ইজ জিরো,
ট্রানজাকশন
only
ডিমান্ড।
have you only have speculative demand. তো স্পেকুলেটিভ ডিমান্ডকে তুমি হঠাৎ হরিজন্টাল কেন করেছো?
So the fourth quadrant will be vertical, right?
Which is the, what do you mean by the fourth quadrant is
So
the
basically the
bottom line.
transaction demand, the transaction demand and Y quadrant.
Transaction demand will be, wait a minute, it doesn't depend upon income, so it will be
Horizontal.
what,
Like
yeah, horizontal, yes.
yes, to the Y, yeah.
স্যার হরাইজন্টাল। স্যার থার্ড কোয়াড্রেন্টে কি কোনো চেঞ্জ হবে?
থার্ড কোয়াড্রেন্টটা তো জাস্ট তোমার ওই মানি ডিমান্ড, ওয়েলথটাকে তুমি কিভাবে অ্যালোকেট করছো, so it will remain like that. Okay, so you have this and this different. ঠিক আছে, এটা আমি স্ট্রেট লাইন করে দিলাম। This will be money demand does not depend upon income. So whatever the level of income, your money demand transaction part is constant. So let's keep it at this. এবার তোমরা করো কি হবে দেখো।
Sir, there will be only 1 hour we clear the model. So only 1 hour is possible.
হ্যাঁ স্যার এলএম কোড কনস্ট্রাক্ট করা যাবে কি আদৌ সেইভাবে?
Sir,
স্যার মানে
horizontal.
থার্ড কোয়াড্রেন্ট থেকে টেনে শুরু করতে হচ্ছে, মানে ফোর্থ
হুম।
কোয়াড্রেন্ট থেকে টেনে।
আচ্ছা এখানে দেখো if the transaction demand is constant, how can you show this? One way is you can simply deduct this. এইখানে যে লেভেলটা সেটাকে তুমি যদি বাদ দিয়ে দাও,
স্যার কিন্তু সেটা তো তাহলে আমার ওয়েলথটাই ছোট হয়ে গেল।
না তোমার তো না I'm just thinking aloud.
স্যার আমার মনে হয় ওই অয়ন যেটা বললো একটাই পয়েন্ট হবে খালি এলএম মানে ওই স্পেসটা।
না না that's not the answer first of all.
Sir, I was saying
না
only
না
one
মানে
interest rate
you
is
just have
possible.
মানে you are saying it will be something like this.
Sir, horizontal.
Yeah, it will be horizontal.
স্যার আমরা যদি ফোর্থ কোয়াড্রেন্টের পয়েন্টটা থেকে টেনে করি তাহলে হয়ে যাবে।
আচ্ছা এইখানটা আমরা কিভাবে দেখাবো? Money demand doesn't depend upon income. Oyan, how are you getting this?
Sir, as the transaction demand does not depend upon income, and we have a fixed money supply, so the speculative demand will only clear at a particular interest level rate for every level of income. So, sir, we need to draw this model.
Yeah, I don't think you can we draw this?
Sir,
show
we cannot
this?
choose. Sir, we cannot choose any other interest rate to show this diagram.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that can we show this using the 4-quadrant diagram? I
Yes,
don't
sir.
think so.
Sir, because we
don't.
cannot choose any other interest rate.
No, I'm accepting your logic. Your logic is perfect. Your answer is correct. What I'm asking you is, everyone is different. Can we use the 4-quadrant diagram? I don't think so. You have to argue this logically.
স্যার
So,
কিন্তু ফোর কোয়াড্রেন্ট দিয়েও তো আমরা সেই একই জিনিস পাবো, মানে ওই একটা পয়েন্টই
কিভাবে?
পাবো।
কিভাবে বলো?
মানে যে রেট অফ ইন্টারেস্ট, মানে আমরা যদি ব্যাক ক্যালকুলেট করি তাহলে আমরা ওই একটা পয়েন্টই পাবো, যদি ধরুন ফোর্থ কোয়াড্রেন্ট থেকে লাইনটা টেনে করি, মানে এই হরিজন্টাল লাইনটা।
4-quadrant মানে কোনটা বলছো? এইটাকে
এইটা
বলছো
হ্যাঁ
তো?
হরিজন্টাল।
হ্যাঁ স্যার,
ওইখান
এই
থেকে
পয়েন্টটা থেকে লাইনটা যদি টানি,
হ্যাঁ তাহলে ব্যাক ক্যালকুলেট করে একটাই পয়েন্ট পাবো এই ফার্স্ট
হ্যাঁ
কোয়াড্রেন্টে, যেটা স্যাটিসফাই করবে।
হ্যাঁ,
So this is
এইটাকে যদি আমরা এক্সটেন্ড করি থার্ড কোয়াড্রেন্ট অব্দি, ফোর্থ কোয়াড্রেন্টের পয়েন্টটা যেখানে
না, যেটা হচ্ছে এখানে 8টা করলাম। What do we do over here? এখানে তো এইভাবে যাচ্ছে, তাই না?
না স্যার ওইভাবে হবে না, আমি বলছি মানে এই
হ্যাঁ,
ফোর্থ
মানে আমি যেটা বলি নরমালি এটা করা যাবে না। এটা আমি বলতে চাইছি। আমরা যেভাবে 4-quadrant ডায়াগ্রামটা আঁকছি সেভাবে এটা করা যাবে না।
হ্যাঁ মানে ফোর কোয়াড্রেন্টে যেমন আমরা একটা লাইন পাই, এখানে আমরা জাস্ট একটা পয়েন্ট পাবো যদি ওই
না।
হরিজন্টাল লাইনটাকে ইয়ে করে করি।
না, পয়েন্ট পাবো না, যেটা হবে যে এরকম একটা হচ্ছে। এটা মানে this is the এলআরটা তোমার নর্মাল হচ্ছে। Just let me draw the এইটা তোমার কি হচ্ছে, sorry this will be y, this is ky transaction demand, আর এটা হচ্ছে ry। তোমার মানি সাপ্লাইটা ফিক্সড হয়ে গেল। সো ইফ ইউর মানি সাপ্লাই ইজ ফিক্সড, দেখো যেটা হচ্ছে যে তোমার ট্রানজাকশন, just once, if the money demand doesn't depend upon income, মানে it virtually becomes in this form। কি সেন্সে হতে পারে, একটা হচ্ছে one possibility is it doesn't, there's no transaction demand, তার জন্য এইভাবে হচ্ছে। আদারওয়াইজ যেটা হচ্ছে মানি সাপ্লাই ট্রানজাকশন ডিমান্ড ইজ আ কনস্ট্যান্ট দিস। ঠিক আছে, এটাকে আমি জাস্ট ধরো এম প্রাইম লিখে দিলাম এখানে। Okay, so in that case, what will happen is this condition means that rate of interest will become constant. Okay, there's only one, as on remarks, there's only one rate of interest prevailing. So you're going to have a LM curve like this. So unless the parameters change, মানে LM curve, you're going to get just R star. Y cannot be determined from here. Okay, so if the IS curve is like this, Y will be determined only from over here. মানে IS curve যেটা হচ্ছে এরকম হয়ে যাচ্ছে। Investment also becomes, virtually it becomes constant. মানে actually it can vary, কিন্তু যেহেতু তোমার মার্কেটে একটাই রেট অফ ইন্টারেস্ট প্রিভেল করছে, there is only one rate of interest which is prevailing, you are going to be over here. And if there's a change in any of the parameters, only Y will change. Okay. Okay, now the government wants to raise investment but keep output constant. Hmm. So what sort of policy will ensure this? Remember, this is a normal ISLM curve.
So fiscal policy.
Let's see. The fiscal policy can be of two types, right? One is you increase G, and the other is you increase or change tax. Which one are you thinking about?
So raise G.
If I increase G, what will happen?
ইন্টারেস্ট রেটটা বেড়ে যাবে।
Y তো তাহলে বেড়ে
Y টা বেড়ে যাচ্ছে।
Sir,
And what is
decrease
happening to
G and
investment
increase money
over
supply.
here? If rate of interest goes up, you're going to have a crowding out effect.
fall in investment.
So, but even if we increase, okay, if we can reduce T, that is an option. Yes.
Okay, so you're saying we should cut T. If you cut T, then what was the impact?
আর তো ইনক্রিজ করবো স্যার।
আটটা বাড়বে, কিন্তু ওয়াইটার কি হবে?
Why of Y?
Sir,
Why?
if we increase G and then decrease the money supply,
Money supply, yes. Like
হ্যাঁ স্যার, মিক্স
first we
পলিসি।
a
reduce T
combination
and
of both
then
policies.
money supply, we increase money supply.
Okay. So what are you saying? What is the first policy?
Sir, decrease G and increase money supply.
Okay, so if you decrease D, what will happen is Y will go down and the rate of interest will also come down. If you increase MS, Y will go up and rate of interest will decline. So let us say these two cancels out. So del Y is 0 and del R has, sorry, yeah, del R is positive. So R has, no, del R is negative. R has fallen. So that means I will go up. So let's see, you have a tax cut. This is the thing, and then money supply goes up. Mm, yeah, no, sorry. This is L1, this is L2M2. So Y is constant and R has fallen. So it's a combo. Okay, so the next question is, in the early 1980s, 1980s, what? I think Reagan came in at that time. So what Reagan did was you had cuts in taxes and a very tight monetary policy. So this is basically a contractionary policy, and this is expansionary. Cut in taxes mean demand will go up, but this is tight. The economy is kept under control. What will happen? What should have happened in this case?
Neutral effect.
Actually, it depends on exactly what we are doing. I mean, even here, for instance, output can go up, but let's see what is happening to a cut in taxes. So if you have a cut in taxes, okay, let's draw the first graphs. Okay, so we have this. Now, if you have a cut in taxes, what will happen? This is expansionary policy. So the IS curve,
Will shift. Y will rise and R will rise.
yeah. So Y and R will increase. This is the first round effect. Now you have a tight money policy. So that means money supply is being reduced. What will happen in that case?
R will
The
rise and Y will fall.
No, what will happen to the LM curve? If the money supply is reduced,
Shift leftwards.
Shift leftwards, like upwards or towards the left.
okay. So what is happening is, I mean, again, it depends on the magnitude. I mean, if suppose the money supply falls just like this, then it can go up like this. But in general, what we can see is the rate of interest is going to go up. It's going to go up because of the tax cut and because of the fall in money supply. Now the tax cut is going to stimulate growth. So Y is supposed to go up. But the reduction in money supply will contract the growth process. So Y will fall. Okay, so that means we don't have the sort of what did I call it in China? The economy doesn't run away. The growth process is not uncontrolled. The rate of interest goes up and private investment is declining. Okay, so you can have growth. In fact, growth can even go down. There are three possibilities. Income can go, the net effect may be Income can go up, income can remain same, or income can even fall. I don't think they are going to reduce income. What is likely is that Y will the increase, sorry, the increase in Y from here to here is tempered. Y doesn't go up or Y remains same. So basically you're trying to control the growth process. There's no heating up of the economy. Okay, is it clear? Okay, so question 7 is Fed, that is the Federal Bank, the Central Bank of USA, the Federal Bank considers two alternative monetary policies. One is that money supply will be constant and R will be allowed to adjust. So if there's any change in the economy, money supply is constant, rate of interest can go up or down. The other policy is that they are going to adjust money supply so that R is constant. Okay, so that means if depending on whether the rate of interest is going up or coming down, they are going to change the money supply. No, I think this is again, no, sorry, this will come to, no, I haven't covered these. So you won't be able to answer this, sorry. It's towards the end of Mankey. Okay. So let's drop this question now. And it is, let's consider the last question, that demand for money balances depends upon disposable income. Basically what they are saying is, normally we use this type of function, but now we should use y minus t. Okay, so the LM market equilibrium condition is this. It's a function not of income, but of disposable income. So there are two questions. What will happen if G increases and if there's a tax cut. And the next part is compare with the standard case. Okay. So I think I've done enough work today. Someone else can solve it. Just let me check something. $730. Okay. So you can do whichever you want, G or T. Hmm. La, 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 la. So, Burra habits, what will be the answer? ওকে, তোমরা আছো তো না পালিয়ে গেছো? Has smog eaten you up?
Sir, we are there.
Yeah, I can see it now. But you're so silent like mice.
Sir, in the first case, will the increase in y will be like less than before as compared to the standard case?
So this is one
Sir, I am getting
suggestion.
opposite.
তুমি কি পাচ্ছ?
Sir, more.
So if it's like y minus t, like do we increase the tax by any chance?
No, this is a lump sum tax. T equal to T bar. So these are the three answers. Why not this one? It will add to the fun. Okay, let us say that G increases. Okay, so the immediate impact is on the IS market. When G increases, we have excess demand, and this will stimulate output to increase. Okay, this is clear. Okay, now we come to the money market. When Y is going up, previously it was Y minus, it was Y. Sorry, please give me 1 sec, please. Sorry, I'll just finish this and then after. Uh, so what will happen over here? If G increases, G changes, will there be any impact? I mean, if you take lump sum taxes, mm, previously your transaction demand, I mean, if you take a function of this type, right, and your y has gone up, it is going to go up by a into del y. Now it is going to go up by del y minus del t. So the transaction demand rises, but it is less. Okay, so that means you still have excess demand in the money market, but the excess demand, the level of excess demand is less. Okay, will you agree with this?
Yes.
On, will you agree or will you give me 0? বেচারা লজ্জা পেয়ে গেছে। আচ্ছা, so the increase in excess demand is less. That means you're still selling off bonds to hold money in the form of wealth, as a result of which, if you're selling off bonds, supply বাড়ছে, so the price will fall. But now everything is, if the excess demand is less, you're going to sell off less bonds, price will fall, but it is going to be less. R will rise, but this is also going to be less. So that means the decrease in investment is going to be lower. So this is important and this is important. So that means what we are going to have is, one is rate of interest is going to go up, but del R is, in this case, the disposable income case, it is less than the income case, the standard case. And secondly, if you look at the income, in both cases, there's an initial increase in income, which is of the same magnitude. Okay, this part is the same in both the models. But over here, income should decrease because of crowding out. This part is lower. So that means in the second round, decline in income is less than the decline in income in the standard case. So that means income is going to be, the increase in income is going to be higher.
স্যার একটা কোয়েশ্চেন ছিল।
Yes, please.
তাহলে স্যার মানে গভর্নমেন্ট এক্সপেন্ডিচার বাড়লেও আমার ইম্প্যাক্ট হচ্ছে, আর ট্যাক্সেস কাট হলেও আমার ইম্প্যাক্ট হচ্ছে, রিগার্ডলেস অফ দিস বিং আ পার্ট অফ এলএম মার্কেট।
No, I mean, yeah. Tax cut to key effect হবে, I have to work it out. but there should be an effect. দেখো যেটা হচ্ছে ট্যাক্স কাট হলে নর্মালি তো আইস মার্কেটে এফেক্টটা হয়, এখানে যেটা হচ্ছে এখানে এলএম মার্কেটেও তোমার একটা ইম্প্যাক্ট পড়বে। So things are going to be a little bit more complicated. সেইটা একটু তোমরা দেখো না, চেষ্টা করো, ট্রাই টু ডু ইট। আর এখানে কি হচ্ছে, এখানে যেটা হচ্ছে ইউ আর গোয়িং টু হ্যাভ দ্য ইনক্রিজ ইন ওয়াই, বাট ইট ইজ মোর দ্যান বিফোর। So I think this answer is wrong. This is correct. পৃথ্বীরাজ না অয়ন কে বলেছিল এটা? Who said this?
Sir, can you explain the second round once more?
হ্যাঁ, মানে এই জায়গাটা না এই জায়গাটা?
Sir, নিচের জায়গাটা, yes sir.
This one?
Yes sir.
Okay. See, what is happening is initially when G rises, you have an impact, first round impact on Y. This is through the IS market. So this will be same both in the new model and in the standard model. Okay. So I'm calling this Y1. Y1 is the same in both the models, right? এবার second round কি হচ্ছে, what happens is your rate of interest goes up, but it increases by a lesser amount. এইখানটা দেখো, rate of interest has gone up in both cases, R goes up, but in the second model the increase in interest rate is lower. Okay, so how will this impact I? If R goes up, I will decline in both cases. But if you look at the decrease in I, this is the standard case and this is the new case. কোনখানে তোমার ডিক্রিজটা চেঞ্জটা বেশি হবে? R has declined, change by a lesser amount. So this is going to be less, right?
Yes sir.
Okay. Now in the second round, what happens? Because R is going up, I falls, and this is going to reduce Y. Okay. So if the increase in R is less, that means the decrease in investment is also less. So what will happen to Y? The change in Y, the decrease in Y is also less in this model. Okay. So what you have is you have the first round effect and you have the second round effect. This is the standard model. This is the new model. Here, this is less. Okay. So what happens to the net effect, which is larger? This will be larger.
Second.
It is the same. This is same. If the second round effect is less, then the net impact will be higher. Okay, so work it out for the tax cut. Okay. So I'll stop presenting. I'll
Sir,
also
could you show the slide once?
দেখো আমি বন্ধ করে দিলাম তখন বলছো। See, what you should do is you should follow this again. Try to work it out yourself.
ওকে স্যার।
হয়ে গেছে তো লেখা?
হ্যাঁ স্যার, থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার।
ঠিক আছে। But unless you try to work it out yourself, and you should do it as soon as possible, not next week or next month. I mean, you'll just forget the logic.